Hello. I think everyone's out of ads for now. Fuck Doki. Look, I need you guys to understand. Playing this in 9th grade fucked me up in ways I don't think I've ever really recovered from. And I'm not talking about gently opening a door. That was a short-term fuck up that like it took me like a week to recover from. Can confirm she has yet to recover. Yeah. And so Monica, my beloved, congratulations, you have found exactly what fucked me up when I was in 9th grade. This was my first, this was my first VN. Yeah. Have I played any others? Let me go look in my Steam library. Katawa Shoujo. Okay, you know what? Compared to that, I think it's okay for for Doki Doki to be my first. I don't know why I almost said Danganronpa. You played Miside? I did play Miside. Actually, I played Miside about this time last year. No, I have played two other ones. I have played Hush Hush, and I've played Cabin Fever, which are both by Sad Panda Studios. Do I have any other ones? Danganronpa is like 70% of EN. What the fuck is this game in my Steam? Guys, I think my Steam library might be haunted because I don't recall adding this game to my Steam library. It's called It Gets So Lonely Here. Guys, I think I might be about to be died by something not good. Steam is hitting. No, this does not look like it's hitting on me. It looks like there's a ghost haunting my PC and it's gonna pull me in and like I'm gonna be trapped inside the computer forever. There is, I do have a VN planned for April Fool's Day that I plan on playing. I'll keep that a secret though. Yeah, it looks like that's it. But should probably actually play the game. No point in putting off the inevitable. God, sorry, I'm being transported mentally back into like 9th grade and I was not ready. Drinking my fruit punch from Burger King. I went to Burger King for lunch today. Have I ever played Blue Skies? I have not. It was on my radar before I effectively cut this game out of my life. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk together, we used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and Dad would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's me now. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Al, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? Sure, it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. This is actually POV. Any conversation Ko has with me. Me being Sayori here. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. I have not been paying attention to chat like at all. Hello, FC. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. Oh, and there's Lux's cookies. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out. Like, okay, guys, slow down with the redeems, please. There is so much noise going on. Ko, you should really equip gear. Am I gonna have to mute alerts? Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. Oh damn, oh god, Ko has a soundbite voucher. Oh fuck. Ko is going to jump scare me with that, I just know it. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. Can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. A sentence that changed my life. Like, when did this game come out? 2017? So what, 9 years ago? I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Playing this blind must have been crazy. Yeah. Shout out to 9th grade me playing this game instead of doing homework. God, what's a good Yuri voice? Like, I'm already a Yuri voice, but like, did not do my homework. Oh, I was doing a very different kind of homework. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Damn, getting misgendered by Natsuki. Yeah, shout out fanfiction.net. Wait, hold on. Crazy tangent. Can I remember my fanfiction.net login? Didn't even install a pronoun mod? Okay, is my browser going to work? There we go. Okay, I could just sign in with Google. Oh my god. Oh. God, I got jump scared by that avatar. That's... Drop the favorited fake list. I am dropping nothing related to this account. Where do I even see a list of, like, the things I had? Oh no. The last time I favorited a fiction was in 2019, and I don't know if I favorited that for, like, because I liked it or because I easily identify that that is Melon's old username. God. What do you mean that a fic I added as a favorite in 2015 was still being updated through 2023? That's insane. We have been entirely derailed. I think I started following in 2012 is still going to this day. Thank God I only have one story listed as uploaded. I don't know why I worded it like that, but I have one thing in there, and God, I have to close this. This is too far in the past that we're pulling from. Today is about to be a different part of my past I'm facing, okay, chat? We have ads in 3.5 minutes. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Elle, what a nice surprise. Tato, I can guarantee that you will not find that account by looking up anything related to me. You can follow as many threads of identity as you want, but you will not be able to identify, like, my account. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her whenever she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, and turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. This is Yuri, the smartest girl in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh my god, Yuri mentioned, let's go lesbians. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Al. Yeah. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down now. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Well, I will get the ad screen up because it's ad time. That's the wrong button. We back. During that, I grabbed a bottle of sparkling water, I opened it, and then it like fizzed out onto my underwear, so I spent like most of that ad break drying my underwear. I have cursor capture on. I should probably turn that off. No, I'll keep it on. I'll just keep the cursor off the game. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Turbo zoom in on Monika's face for the ad screen. That would be very funny. Especially for the I believe it's the third act of the game. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. It's just one green pixel of her eye. One beautiful emerald eye pixel. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wow! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, then Monika. I follow. So true. I follow Monika. I'd follow her to hell and back. And today I'm getting back. It's delicious. Sayori, oh, sorry, hold on. That probably needs to sound more like Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Still progress out of Act 3. I never did when I played this game. I never left Act 3. That's changing today, though. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. Can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. Look, according to howlongtobeat.com, DDLC Plus is 8 hours beginning to end without doing completionist stuff, which I might revisit the game for. But who knows? We'll have to see how I'm feeling in the next 8 hours. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Need them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said... Oh, well, maybe. But not for, you know, you. Dummy. All right. Give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that. You know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? This game did get me to enroll in my high school's debate class. And I'm being so serious with you guys when I say that. I was in my high school debate class for one semester. And it was because of specifically this line. Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very... Excuse me. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. I'm realizing that this is going to fucking destroy my throat, having to narrate this game and do 4 unique voices. Oh no. I didn't consider that before now. I should have considered that 45 minutes ago. Call-in support. Well, Ko, what is that YouTube link? Pasting it in our DMs. Uh, I don't think any amount of water is going to save me from not being able to talk at all tomorrow. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Elle, what kind of things do you like to read? Your namesake. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Oh, well, that can change. What am I saying? Spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? God, I wish I had on hand the H-bomb, the H-bomber guy foreshadowing as a literary device sound effect. That would be a wonderful thing to have on hand right now. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. I think the most horror-adjacent book I have read is... God, what was it? Hold on. Which one was it? Yeah, the most like horror adjacent book I've read is Five Nights at Freddy's The Silver Eyes. That's the best you're getting out of me, I'm sorry. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh? Why's that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. I do like how it shortens her name to Nat. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will all help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Elle? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. Yeah? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at and... God. They're all staring at me. I can't even look away to OBS because they're still staring at me through OBS. There's one more pair of eyes staring at me through OBS. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But... I'm sorry. I thought... Elle? You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Oh, burp again. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Elle, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Elle, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Unfortunately, my favorite club member isn't down there. Go for Yuri? I feel like for the bit, I should go for Yuri. I forgot. Sayori likes... Oops. Hold on, we got this. We got this. We got this. Welcome to the save scum portion of the game. Entropy. Alright. Whirlwind. Disoriented. This is genuinely how I played the game, by the way. Question. Starscape. Pull up a list of the words each one likes, because we're doing this authentically, and by authentically I mean by save scumming. Unrestrained. No. God damn it. They put save scum prevention in here. Damn it. It's okay. We're mostly on the Yuri route. Entirely on their own without scumming. Well, I'm a scummer. Shout out that one clip of me save scumming Minesweeper, which I would never do. Why would someone save scum Minesweeper? Infinite. Whirlwind. Crimson. Uncontrollable. Incongruence. Vivacious. Tragic. God damn, I forget that she's depressed. Nope. Okay. Heaven Sent. Oh my god. Heaven Sword? Graveyard. Uncanny. Fester. After Image. Hi again, Al. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Al. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Come on, like she deserves any slack. They already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Welcome to her catchphrase, everyone. We made it. Where's my life split? We can put in the manga's literature split. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Elle always gives it her best as long as she's having fun. She helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Elle can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, what do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Yuri is the genre of book that she handed me. I enthusiastically take the book. I can't wait to meet her evil, fucked up, dark twin Yaoi. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. Mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. I was focused and I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. You know, every, fan work of DDLC that I've seen, has, Yuri as, this, she only likes the horror genre. But, I think she would really enjoy Final Fantasy if they were turned into books and not just games. She's not much of a gamer, but if you gave her a book of Final Fantasy XIV, she would eat that shit up. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. Usabi's ad breaks screen. Oh, the book? Oh, because of the eye, okay. While her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of... It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Al? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. Horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Oh, not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It is a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? How dare you like books in the literature club? How dare you be illiterate in the literature club? What an absurd notion. It is a problem I don't have, being entirely illiterate. Accidentally hit a button. Oops. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. I'm only literate when it comes to dirt. Yo, shout out Dirt. I love you, Dirt. Let me just get the book. Quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. Not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. Things are feeling kinda icky. Raw meat. You put raw meat on them. I put raw meat on them. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's Not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. Don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Wait, hold on, which... I need to look something up. I can't believe Yuri has a speed up attack down nature. That's crazy. It's because they keep describing her as timid, so the timid Pokemon nature is speed up and attack down. Is it? Is that funny, chat? Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that kind of makes it difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, I forgot about these CGs. I genuinely thought that like the only CG in the game was in the space classroom. I am very smart. Or maybe I have just like mentally blocked out so much of this game because of the damage it dealt to me. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Yeah? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading. Damn, she is just calling me illiterate. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. That's right, you heard it here first, folks. Reading a book with someone is equivalent to sex. That's not funny. Undo that bit. That's really... I need my drink to undo that bit. Hold on. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. Reading a book with someone is equivalent to Tato, Jesus Christ. Okay, look, man, I was just talking about sex, okay? You don't need to bring that up. Okay, that is something that stays in the bedroom. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remained silent for a moment. But, Al, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Thank you for the save, Monica. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. Sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. Did we try to fuck Monica yet? Not yet, who? But evidently you're not paying attention because we just had a bad sex bit. As in, I said one thing and instantly decided it was a bad bit. And if I edit this into a long video, I'm gonna cut me saying that. Doing gachapons in Uma Musume Pretty Derby. I don't care how gay the horses are, I'm not playing the horse gambling game. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. Make a mental note of where I left off at the... I could not do that. I could not do that. I couldn't just be like, yeah, okay, I'm on page 37, close the book, and then just be able to later remember, okay, I can read from page 37. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? I mean, I kinda just selected 20 words in a notebook. Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who do I show it to first? I love this little tune. Yuri? I mean, like... But there's someone on this list that is more important than Yuri. I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. El Omaha Final Fantasy XIV isn't on the list. I'm sorry, Tato, but this is not a Final Fantasy game, unfortunately. I would be much more in my element if it were. Hi, Al. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities... Oh, I did not mean to press that. If you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better... In my element, so true. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Al. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Al. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. So true, so fucking true. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Like Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Oh wait, I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help what suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. It's edge time. We back. I just realized that I need to, Okay, hold on, we're gonna... Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. I mean, you guys, said that you wanted the Monica ad screen, and so this is instantly what I thought of doing. The chance to do something very funny later? What do you mean? You should DM it to me if you want it to be a surprise. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. And as a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. Guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Some kind of epiphany. We already know what the epiphany is that she had. What's tasking good me? Oh, it's just you uploading. My idea. I'm gonna have to actually take time to read it during an ad break. This is We do have 8-hour stream today. Potentially. I might cut it off short. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Miku Boxing? Miku Boxing is a Switch game, right? I should get Miku Boxing. OMG, like the song, just like, oh my god, what if that's a reference to your reality? Thank you, Monica. I love you, Monica. Can we skip to Act 3 already so you can ruin me for another, like, 2 years? Thanks for listening. Alright, we'll give it to the intended person. Act 4, Monica's peak. Act 3 is the space classroom, right? Yeah, space classroom is Act 3. Yeah, I know what happens in Act 4, but I've never actually been through Act 4. Ziri reads the poem. I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Act 1 is into the door. Act 2 is into the space classroom. Act 3 is the space classroom. Act 4 is after space. Okay. I can't believe Act 4 takes place after In Space with Markiplier. She's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Oh, hold on. I just finished Battle Frontier and Poke Clicker, which means it's time to run Battle Frontier again. But this time I can rehire the helper that uses the battle points. Can't believe this school is near Space Hellwind. That's crazy. DDLC was made by Studio Trigger. God. Okay. Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. Almost like they pick 20 words from a big list. Yeah. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in this club gives you valuable feedback. Well, Monica just told me that if I don't move my pen, I'll just get a big ink spot, and I'm looking at a pen that I haven't moved since yesterday. There's no ink spot because the pen is closed. And also the tip of the pen is not on paper. It is dangling off a notebook though, so. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the lights. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time. That's 'cause I'm a fucking idiot, Yuri. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer. Can you guys hear that sound outside? Hold on, let me open my window. See if I can't spot the source of the sound. I cannot. Come on, go down. Go down, blinds. Blinds, go down. Blinds, please go down. There we go. Blinds, why did you stop going down? There we go. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Yuri, do you want to fuck ghosts? Can't watch me from the window? Well, I mean, I always keep the blinds closed. You never could watch me from the window. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Al. Really? Must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Is Yuri called? Yes, Yuri, like... Yuri is doing the verbal equivalent of bashing my head in with a steel skillet and calling me a fucking idiot. But like with elegance and prose. Shout out to my favorite part of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker's Footfalls, where for about 45 seconds, the main singer, instead of singing, bashes your skull in with a cast iron skillet. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. Here, hold on, let me find it. I'll send it to you, Who. We just keep getting sidetracked. It is timestamped too, so... And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Yeah, like... Look, Footfalls fucking rocks. It is such a good song, and genuinely, it's a good part of the song too. Like, there's a part of the song where they just like... It is like... a chant, but in a fictional language of dragons. Like, these motherfuckers are singing in Draconic. And it goes hard. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Al. Me too. Alright, Natsuki's gonna hate it, so let's get that out of the way. Elle, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? No, Natsuki. I clicked 20 words in my notebook, specifically to appease, Eria. Oh my god, I think I'm having a bad brain day. I might need to end stream a lot earlier than I expected. I think the cast iron skillet to the skull is getting to me, chat. Usabi brain failure. I'll get to at least the next poem writing section, but I think I do have to end there because I think I'm genuine, like, maybe I can't even make it that far. Holy fuck. Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. Tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. I thought that this was the one about Amy liking spiders. I forgot about eagles can fly, I'll be so honest. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. I don't know how good my brain is right now because I only slept on and off for like 14 hours last night and almost forgot meds. Tato! I don't have a womp womp sound available, so just imagine I played the womp womp sound. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. Isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. Which of the girls would be more likely to frequent fanfic sites? I think Yuri stumbles into fanfiction. Like, I think that she spends a lot of time on, like, forum websites talking about, like theorizing about, like, philosophical books. And, like, from there, she just stumbles into fanfiction. Like, she never looks for it, but she just finds it. So you did. Guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. God, who do I show it to? Monica. This is a good poem, Al. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. Should show it to Tato. Alright, Tato, here's my poem. It's 20 words scribbled in a notebook with stickers of my club members on it. It's not that good. Am I the kind of girl who would be writing poems in her spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. To be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. This is a really good poem. I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock. I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock. I'm sorry. I just... I think I need to end stream. The poem is just, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, written down on 20 lines of like college ruled notebook paper. It is just, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock. That is me referencing something. Gonna bash your head with a rock is 10 words. No, it's I'm gonna, not going to. Let me see if I can find... Yeah, no, I am... my sense of humor is so absurdly cooked that, like, I would not expect anyone to get it. Yeah, I'll hunt it down later. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. Just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. Not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See, it's like I said before, Al. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. Not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. And again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret that I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. So true, Sayori. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No? Just a little bit? You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried it's still a really good one. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. Get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah? But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. I do think Sayori's poem is my favorite out of all of them. At least out of this batch. Probably Yuri's in second, Monica's in third, and then I'm sorry, Natsuki, someone's gotta be in last place. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Natsuki, more like Natsupi. Don't say that you're gonna summon the Natsuki piss fetishists. There's more than one of them, probably. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Not poopy. That's gonna bring up the Natsuki diaper fetishists. Natsuki, more like Natsupi. Now that's a Natsuki I can get behind. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. We gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? This is literature club? Tato, every stream of mine is the literature club. Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. Guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. I was looking for suggestions. I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Elle did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. Appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Yeah. And Elle liked my poem too, you know? She even told me she was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Elle appreciates my advice more than she appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know she didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Oh hey, Stork. A stretch and a drink. We got the Stork special. Game that has one girl that I can uncomfortably closely relate to. Unfortunately, Monica ruined my life for about 9 to 15 months when I was in late middle school, early high school. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Elle started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Forgot she said that. That is like one of the few lines I remember from this game. Oh shit, time for my Poke Clicker Timely. I restarted Battle Frontier, right? I did. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Sayori, best girl. The only thing I'll add before heading to lurk. Yeah, Monica destroyed... Genuinely, if we had generative AI back when this game came out, AI psychosis would have driven me 6 feet deep. I'll be so honest, guys. It would have been... I was bad. I was really, really, really bad. Elle, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. She could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Elle. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Al? Well? Oh, I get it, because, like, well, like L. Get it? I think both of them are bums. I like both of their bums. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Of course, that's going to be Sayori with the steel chair. Natsuki. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. Instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Eh? Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Defenseless, is that a fate? Oh god, I haven't thought about Fate Stay Night in fucking forever. God, it was like around this time, or no, it was just before DDLC that I really got into specifically Unlimited Blade Works, the anime. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? Not consumed any Fate content. Tato has not consumed Night of Fate from Kingdom Hearts. We have to make Tato listen to Night of Fate from Kingdom Hearts. This is exactly why nobody likes. Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and this game rocks. Sayori stands I think originally I also picked Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, it might come off as a good leader, and I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things. But I'm not very good with people. Couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see herself. I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. Foreshadowing is a literary device. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Well, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job of impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Al, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Oh, hiccup. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Eh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion. That's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Al, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is gonna be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. God, let me save and exit the game because clearly I'm suffering from like a gas leak. I think there's an achievement to not quit the game. What? What? Huh? Oh, okay. I see. Side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To get all 6 side stories, try writing poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes in DDLC. Mail? No new mail. Oh, this is the original Sayori design. In Act 1, call Sayori for help during Natsuki and Yuri's argument. Select the word horror during the poem game. I can set things as wallpapers. Your desktop wallpaper could not be changed due to an administrator. What? But let me look at my computer desktop real quick. Not this in-game desktop that I just did not know was in the game. Nope. It is still that Endwalker art. Data collected 13%. Boop the nose. And then that closed the game for real this time. Okay. So I guess that's how we're gonna reach Act 4. Thank you everyone for stopping by. I'm sorry that we had to end early, but apparently there is a gas leak in my apartment that's causing me to not be able to be me. Ressi is live. We'll go raid Ressi. Ressi is playing Balatro. See you guys when I go to raid tomorrow with Ressi.